Maya Chen's teeth sank into flesh until she tasted copper. The guard screamed, stumbling backward, clutching his mangled hand.
"The crazy bitch bit me!"
Blood dripped from her chin as she stared down 3 more men in that concrete room. They thought a 28-year-old female EOD specialist would break easy. They were wrong. Before we go further, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Stay with me until the end of this story, because what happens next will shake you. And comment your city below so I can see how far Maya's fight travels. Trust me, you'll want to witness every moment of what comes next. The equipment room smelled like gun oil and concrete dust. Maya Chen had walked in at 2100 hours thinking she was meeting Commander Wade Briggs to discuss her performance scores. Instead, she found 4 men waiting in the shadows. Lieutenant Chen, right on time. Briggs stepped into the single hanging light, his smile all teeth and no warmth. "We need to talk about your future here." Maya's combat instincts fired. Wrong. Everything about this was wrong. The door behind her clicked shut. She turned. 3 men she recognized from training, Stevens, Parker, and Rodriguez, blocked the exit. "Sir, if this is about my eval, we can discuss it tomorrow in your office." "This isn't about your eval." Briggs moved closer. "This is about you understanding how things really work here." Stevens grabbed her arm. Maya's training kicked in. She twisted, broke his grip, drove her elbow into his ribs. He grunted, but didn't let go. Parker caught her other arm. Rodriguez moved behind her. "You see, Chen, we've been trying to be nice." Briggs's voice stayed calm, conversational, like he was discussing weather. "Giving you chances to quit with dignity. But you just don't get it." "Get what?" Maya struggled against the hands holding her. "That you're terrified a woman might actually be better than you?" Briggs laughed. Actually laughed. "Better? Sweetheart, you're a PR stunt, the Navy's little diversity experiment. And we're done playing along." Stevens shoved her against the wall. Her head cracked against concrete. Stars exploded in her vision. "What are you going to do?" Briggs leaned in close. "File a complaint? Tell on us?" He grabbed her jaw, forced her to look at him. "Nobody will believe you. Nobody will care. You're just another woman who couldn't handle the pressure." Maya spat in his face. The room erupted. Stevens backhanded her. She tasted blood. Parker grabbed her hair, yanked her head back. Rodriguez pinned her arms. "Stupid bitch." Briggs wiped his face, eyes cold now. "I was going to make this quick. Now we're going to teach you a real lesson." Stevens laughed, reaching for her belt. "Show her what she's really here for." That's when Maya's survival instinct took over. Not her training. Something older, more primal. She lunged forward and bit down on Stevens's hand with everything she had. Bone crunched between her teeth. Stevens screamed, a sound that echoed off concrete walls like a siren. She didn't let go. Couldn't let go. Her jaw locked like a pit bull's, tearing through flesh and tendon and cartilage. "Get her off! Get her off!" Stevens stumbled backward, dragging Maya with him. She released, spat blood and skin onto the floor. A chunk of his hand came with it. Parker dove at her. Maya dropped low, swept his legs. He crashed hard, skull bouncing off the concrete with a wet crack. Rodriguez hesitated. 1 second. 2. That's all she needed. She drove her boot into his knee. The joint bent sideways with a sound like a tree branch snapping. Briggs grabbed her from behind, arm around her throat, cutting off air. Black spots danced in her vision. Maya drove her heel down on his instep, heard bones crunch. He loosened just enough. She dropped her weight, twisted, broke free. But Rodriguez recovered faster than she expected. He caught her with a kick to the ribs. Something cracked. Pain exploded through her chest. She staggered, couldn't breathe, couldn't think. The door slammed open. Light flooded the room.
What the hell is going on here?
Senior Chief Lucas Morrison stood in the doorway, hand on his sidearm. Everyone froze. Maya on her knees, gasping. Stevens clutching his ruined hand, blood pouring through his fingers. Parker motionless on the floor. Rodriguez on one leg. Briggs backing toward the wall, hands up. Chief Morrison. Briggs's voice switched instantly. Calm, authoritative, in control. Thank God you're here. Lieutenant Chen just attacked us. We tried to restrain her, but she became violent. Bullshit. Maya's voice came out ragged. They were waiting for me. She's hysterical, Chief. Briggs stepped forward. You can see what she did to Stevens. The woman's unstable, dangerous. Morrison's eyes swept the room, took in Maya's torn uniform, the blood on her face, Stevens's mangled hand, Parker unconscious, Rodriguez's destroyed knee.
Chen, get up. You're coming with me.
Morrison's voice gave nothing away. Commander Briggs, you and your men report to medical, now. Chief, I need to file charges against. You'll file reports tomorrow. Right now, get your men medical attention before Stevens bleeds out. Morrison grabbed Maya's arm, pulled her toward the door. She stumbled, ribs screaming with each breath. Behind them, Briggs called out,
This isn't over, Chen. Not by a long shot.
Morrison didn't speak until they reached his office. He locked the door, closed the blinds, then turned to face her. Tell me everything. Now. Maya told him, every detail. The setup, the attack, what they said, what they planned. By the time she finished, Morrison's hands were shaking. How bad are you hurt? Ribs may be cracked. Concussion, probably. I'll live. That's not what I asked. Maya met his eyes, saw something there she didn't expect. Belief. I've had worse in Kabul. Morrison pulled out his phone. I'm calling the MPS, medical, and... They won't believe me. Maya's voice came out flat, certain. You heard Briggs? He's already spinning it. By morning, I'll be the crazy woman who attacked her superior officers. Not if I testify to what I saw. You saw me on the floor and them injured. That's what you saw. Maya leaned against the wall, every breath fire in her chest. They'll say I lured them there, that I attacked first, that you arrived after it started. Chen, I'm not wrong, am I? Morrison was quiet for a long moment. Then he sank into his chair like all the air went out of him. No, you're not wrong. How many others? Maya asked. How many other women has Briggs done this to? Morrison looked at her sharply. What makes you think nobody sets up an ambush like that without practice? This wasn't his first time. So how many? Morrison opened his desk drawer, pulled out a USB drive, stared at it like it might explode. I've been at this base for 12 years, Chen. I've seen things, heard things. Women transferring out suddenly, promising careers ending for no clear reason, complaints filed and then disappearing. You did nothing? The words came out harsher than Maya intended. I did everything I could, Morrison's voice cracked. I documented every incident, kept records, tried to get investigations opened. But Briggs, he's connected. His father's a 3-star admiral. His uncle sits on the Armed Services Committee. Every time I pushed, I got shut down. Threatened with retirement, told to mind my own business. He held up the USB drive. This has everything. 8 years of complaints, witness statements, medical reports, all buried. Maya took the drive with trembling fingers. Why are you giving this to me? Because my daughter. Morrison's voice broke. He stopped, gathered himself. My daughter was stationed at Norfolk. 3 years ago, she reported her CO for assault. They destroyed her, called her a liar, forced her out. He couldn't finish. Chief, I'm sorry. She killed herself 6 months later. Left a note saying she couldn't live with knowing the system would always protect men like him. Morrison looked up, eyes red. I was too late to save Sarah, but maybe I can help you. Maya clutched the USB drive. What am I supposed to do with this? Find someone outside the chain of command. A journalist, maybe. Someone who'll actually listen. Morrison stood, walked to the window. But Chen, you need to understand. Once you do this, there's no going back. They will come after you with everything they have. They'll destroy your career, your reputation, everything you've worked for. They're going to do that anyway. Maya's ribs throbbed with each word. At least this way. Maybe I can take them down with me. Medical was a nightmare. The corpsman on duty took photos of her injuries, logged everything into the system. Professional, efficient, and completely cold. Bruised ribs, mild concussion, lacerations to face and hands. By the book. Then Commander Briggs arrived with his statement. Maya Chen had lured them to the equipment room, had attacked without provocation, had bitten Stevens, causing permanent disfigurement, had violently assaulted 3 men before Senior Chief Morrison arrives to restrain her. The corpsman's demeanor changed. Suddenly Maya was the perpetrator, the violent one, the unstable female who'd snapped under pressure. Lieutenant Chen, I'm recommending a psychiatric evaluation. What? Number 1, I was the one attacked. That's not what the witnesses say. The corpsman wouldn't meet her eyes. Commander Briggs and 3 other personnel all corroborate the same story. You initiated violence. Because they were going to rape me. Maya's voice rose. Pain exploded in her ribs. They ambushed me. 4 men against 1 woman. What the hell did they think I was going to do? Lieutenant, I need you to calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. Listen to what I'm telling you. The door opened. 2 MPs entered, young, uncomfortable, but following orders. Lieutenant Chen, you're confined to quarters pending investigation. You're not to leave base or contact anyone involved in tonight's incident. This is insane. I'm the victim here. Ma'am, please don't make this harder. Maya wanted to fight, wanted to scream, but her ribs were on fire and exhaustion was setting in, and she knew that anything she did now would only be used against her. Fine, I'll go to my quarters. But she kept the USB drive hidden in her boot, her one piece of leverage, her one hope. The next 72 hours moved like a slow-motion car crash. Maya watched her life disintegrate one piece at a time. Day 1. Formal charges filed against her. Assault and battery. Conduct unbecoming an officer. Insubordination. All recommended for court-martial. Day 2. Psychiatric evaluation. A Navy psychiatrist who'd clearly already decided Maya was unstable before she walked in. Every answer twisted. Every emotion used as evidence of instability. Lieutenant Chen, do you often experience violent urges? I defended myself against sexual assault. Yes, but the level of violence. Biting someone until you tore flesh from their hand. That's extreme. What would you call appropriate defense when 4 men are attacking you? The psychiatrist made notes. Defensive, hostile, possible dissociative episode. Day 3. Social media exploded. Someone leaked the story. Anonymous accounts with new profiles posted first-hand accounts of Maya's violent behavior. Aggressive in training. Hostile toward male colleagues. Slept her way into the EOD program. Maya's phone buzzed nonstop. Former teammates blocking her. Family members calling, confused and hurt. Her mother crying. "Maya, what's happening? The news is saying, Mom, none of it's true. They're lying. Why would 4 men lie? Why would the Navy believe them over you?" Because that's how the system works, Maya wanted to scream. But she just said, "I don't know, Mom. I don't know." That night, Maya sat alone in her quarters, staring at the USB drive. Morrison's files. 8 years of buried complaints. Women destroyed. Careers ended. Lives ruined. She recognized a name. Lieutenant Sarah Park. Transferred to Alaska after reporting Briggs in 2013. Maya Googled her. Found a Facebook page, last updated 6 months ago. Sent a message. At 0200 hours, her laptop pinged. Video call from an unknown number. Maya answered. A woman's face appeared, late 30s, haunted eyes, sitting in what looked like a small apartment kitchen. "You're Chen, the one from Coronado." "You're Park." "I saw the news, saw what they're doing to you." Sarah Park's voice was hollow, like she'd used up all her emotions years ago. "It's the same playbook, every time. They attack, you fight back, and suddenly you're the violent one, the unstable one, the liar." "What happened to you?" "I reported Briggs in 2013. He was a lieutenant commander then. Same MO, late meeting, ambush, assault. I fought back too, not as effectively as you." Sarah touched her face unconsciously. "They transferred me to Adak, Alaska, middle of nowhere. Reputation destroyed. I finally separated in 2015. Honorable discharge on paper, but everyone knows." "Everyone knows." Sarah leaned closer to the camera. "Chen, you need to understand. This doesn't end with Briggs. It's bigger than him. There's a network. Officers protecting officers. Commanders covering for subordinates. It goes all the way up." "How high?" "I don't know. I tried to find out. That's when the threats started. Anonymous calls, car vandalized. Someone broke into my apartment, didn't take anything, just left evidence they'd been there. I got the message." Maya's stomach turned. "You stopped fighting." "I survived." Sarah's voice hardened. "That's more than some women got." "What do you mean?" "There was another woman, Ensign Mia Torres. She reported Briggs in 2014, told everyone what he did, gathered evidence, planned to go to the media." Sarah's eyes filled with tears. "They found her dead 6 months later, ruled it suicide." "You don't think it was?" "Mia called me the week before. She was terrified. Said someone broke into her car, left photos of her family, her parents, her little sister. She was going to drop the complaint." Sarah wiped her eyes. "Then she's dead, and everyone accepts suicide like it's normal. Like of course the lying, unstable woman killed herself." Maya felt cold spreading through her chest. "Did you tell anyone?" "Who would I tell? The same people who covered up everything else?" Sarah laughed bitterly. "Chen, you're thinking you can fight this. You can't. The system is designed to protect them, not you. My advice? Take whatever deal they offer, resign quietly, move on with your life." "I can't do that." "Why not?" "Because they'll do it again. To someone else. Someone who might not survive." Maya thought of Morrison's daughter, of Torres, of all the women whose names filled that USB drive. Someone has to stop them. Sarah stared at her for a long moment. You really believe that? You think one woman can take down an entire system? No. Maya pulled up Morrison's files on her screen. But maybe 100 women can. The journalist's name was Kate Brennan, investigative reporter for the Washington Post, specialized in military affairs. Maya found her through Morrison's contacts. He'd tried to give Kate stories before, but without victims willing to go public, there was nothing she could run. Now there was. They met at a coffee shop in San Diego, off base, Kate's territory. Kate was 50-ish, sharp eyes, recording device already on the table before Maya even sat down. You understand what you're getting into? Kate's first words. No pleasantries, no warm-up. Going public means they'll come after you harder. Everything in your past, every mistake, every photo, every relationship, it all becomes ammunition. I understand. Your military career is over. Even if you win, you lose. The Navy doesn't forgive whistleblowers. I know. Kate studied her. Then why do it? Maya pulled out the USB drive. Because I'm not the first, and I won't be the last. Unless someone breaks the cycle. Kate plugged the drive into her laptop, started reading. Her expression shifted from skeptical to shocked to furious. Jesus Christ. 8 years, dozens of complaints, all buried. She looked up. Morrison compiled this? His daughter killed herself after the Navy destroyed her career for reporting assault. He's been documenting everything since. Will he go on record? I don't know. He's risking his pension, his retirement, everything. And you? You're willing to tell your story? Full detail, on camera, your name attached? Maya thought about her mother's voice on the phone, her father's disappointment, her brother's confusion. She thought about her career, 12 years of training, 4 deployments, countless sacrifices, all about to be erased. Then she thought about Mia Torres, dead at 24, ruled a suicide, forgotten. Yes, I'll tell everything. Kate closed her laptop. Okay, here's how this works. I need to verify these files independently. Contact victims, cross-reference complaints, build a case they can't dismiss as fabricated. That takes time. How much time? 2 weeks minimum, maybe a month. I don't have a month. My court-martial is scheduled in 3 weeks. Then we work fast. Kate stood. I need you to write down everything, every detail of the assault. Names, dates, times, everything Briggs said, everything his men did. I need contact information for every victim in these files. And Chen? She fixed Maya with a hard stare. Once I start calling these women, Briggs will know something's happening. It won't be quiet. It won't be safe. It stopped being safe the minute I walked into that equipment room. Kate nodded slowly. One more thing. Morrison mentioned Torres, the suicide. You think it wasn't? I think a woman who was terrified for her family's safety doesn't kill herself right after those threats. I think someone wanted her silenced, permanently. That's a hell of an accusation. That's a hell of a cover-up. Kate's phone buzzed. She glanced at it, frowned. My editor. He's getting calls from Navy Public Affairs, asking about my recent meetings, my current stories. She looked at Maya. They already know we talked. How? Coffee shop has cameras. Base has facial recognition. Someone flagged you leaving without authorization. Kate grabbed her laptop. You need to get back, now. Don't contact me directly. Everything goes through encrypted email. Address is on this card. She handed Maya a business card with a handwritten email. And Chen, watch your back. If they killed Torres, they won't hesitate with you. Maya drove back to base with her heart hammering, passed through the gate without incident, parked outside her quarters. Everything seemed normal. Then she saw her door, standing open, light spilling out into the darkness. She hadn't left it open. Maya approached slowly, hand instinctively reaching for a weapon she wasn't carrying, pushed the door wider. Her quarters had been destroyed. Mattress slashed, clothes torn, photos ripped. Everything she owned scattered and broken. On her bunk, written in what looked like blood, "Drop it or die." Maya stood frozen, phone in hand, staring at the message. Should she call the MPS? Morrison? Kate? Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Text message. Last warning, walk away. Then another text. This one, an image. Maya's hands shook as she opened it. A photo of her parents' house. Taken today based on the date stamp. Her mother visible through the kitchen window. The message was clear. They knew where her family lived, and they were willing to use them. Maya's finger hovered over the call button. She could end this. Agree to resign quietly, drop the complaint, disappear like all the others. But then she thought about Sarah Park hiding in Alaska. Mia Torres, dead at 24. Morrison's daughter, gone. All the women in those files. All the women who'd come after, if this didn't stop. She typed back, "No." 60 seconds later, her phone rang. Commander Briggs. "Lieutenant Chen, I hope you got my message." "You're threatening my family now?" "I'm protecting mine, and giving you a chance to protect yours." His voice was smooth, reasonable. "Walk away. Resign for medical reasons. We'll drop the charges. You get an honorable discharge, medical pension, and your family stays safe." Or we finish what we started in that equipment room. Except this time, there won't be anyone to interrupt. And when we're done, when you're completely destroyed, we'll make sure your parents understand that you brought this on yourself." Maya's grip tightened on the phone. "I'm not afraid of you." "You should be. Because I own this base. I own the investigation. I own your entire future." Briggs laughed softly. "You bit Stevens. Big deal. You think that makes you dangerous? You're playing in a game you don't understand, with players you can't touch." "We'll see." "Yes, we will." The line went dead. Maya stood in her destroyed quarters, surrounded by the wreckage of her life, holding a phone that contained evidence that could destroy Briggs and everyone protecting him. And she realized something. She wasn't just fighting for herself anymore. She was fighting for every woman who'd been silenced, every career destroyed, every life ended. This wasn't just about justice. This was war. Maya spent the night in Morrison's office, not because she was afraid, because she needed a witness to every minute that followed. If something happened to her, someone needed to know why. "You should eat something." Morrison pushed a sandwich across his desk. 0300 hours. Neither of them had slept. "I can't." "Chen, you need your strength for what's coming." "What's coming is they're going to kill me." Maya said it flatly, matter of fact. "Torres reported Briggs and ended up dead. I'm doing the same thing." Morrison's jaw tightened. "Not if we're smart. Not if we move faster than they expect." "How do we move faster than people who own the system?" "We go outside the system." Morrison pulled up an encrypted email on his screen. "Kate Brennan just sent this. She's contacted 8 women from the files. 3 agreed to talk. Off record for now, but it's a start. 3 out of dozens. Maya felt the weight of it. The others? Too scared, or threatened, or... Morrison didn't finish. Or dead like Torres. We don't know that Torres was murdered. Don't we? Maya stood, paced the small office. Her ribs screamed, but she ignored them. Woman reports rape, gets death threats, dies 6 months later, and we're supposed to believe that's coincidence? Morrison's phone buzzed. He glanced at it, face going pale. What? Base commander wants to see you. 0900 hours. His office. That's in 6 hours. I know. Morrison looked at her. Chen, this is it. They're going to offer you a deal. Resign quietly, medical discharge, they drop the charges. If you refuse... If I refuse, they court-martial me and destroy my family. Probably. Maya sat back down, felt the exhaustion pulling at her bones. 4 days since the attack. 4 days of threats and lies and watching her life disintegrate. She could end it. Take the deal. Disappear like all the others. My father always said the military was the last place honor mattered. Maya's voice came out hollow. He was Navy, 26 years, retired as a captain. When I told him I enlisted, he cried. Said I was carrying on the family tradition. Morrison waited. What do I tell him if I take their deal? That I quit? That I let them win? You tell him you survived. That matters more than honor. Does it? Maya met his eyes. Your daughter didn't survive. How much does honor matter to you? Morrison flinched like she'd slapped him. For a moment, Maya thought she'd pushed too far. Then his expression hardened. You're right. Sarah's dead because I didn't fight hard enough. Because I documented instead of acting. Because I told myself I was being smart when I was really being a coward. He leaned forward. So I'm asking you, Chen, what do you want to do? I want to burn them all down. Then let's get to work. The next 4 hours were a blur. Morrison contacted every woman in his files who'd left the Navy. Some phones disconnected, some wouldn't answer. But 5 women responded. 5 survivors willing to talk to Kate Brennan. Willing to go on record if it meant stopping Briggs. At 0630, Kate called Maya's encrypted email via video chat. I've got 4 women willing to testify. 1 on camera, full identity. 3 anonymous but recorded testimony. Kate's eyes were bloodshot. She'd been working all night too. It's enough to run the story. When? Tomorrow. Front page digital. Print edition Wednesday. That's too fast. They'll shut it down before... Chen, they already know I'm working on this. Navy PR called my editor twice today. If we wait, they'll find a way to spike it. We go now or we don't go at all. Maya's stomach dropped. Tomorrow. 24 hours and her entire life would explode. What do you need from me? On-camera interview, full detail. I need your face, your voice, your truth. Without you as the lead, this is just allegations. With you, it's a story they can't ignore. I have to meet with the base commander at 0900. They're going to offer me a deal. Kate's expression sharpened. Record it. What? Record the meeting. Get them to say what they're doing. If they offer you money, immunity, threats, get it on tape. That's illegal. One-party consent doesn't. California is a 2-party state, you're right. So the recording is inadmissible in court. Kate smiled grimly. But it's admissible in the court of public opinion. And that's where we're fighting this war. Morrison shook his head. If they find out she's recording, they'll destroy her before she leaves the building. They're already planning to destroy her. This just gives us ammunition when they do. Kate looked at Maya. You're calm, but if you want this story to hit like a bomb, we need them implicating themselves. Maya thought about Torres, about Sarah Park, about all the women silenced. Tell me how to do it. At 0850, Maya walked toward the base commander's office wearing a recording device Morrison had requisitioned from evidence storage. Technically against regulations, definitely career-ending if discovered. But her career was already over. The base commander's secretary waved her through. He's expecting you. Captain James Harrelson sat behind a desk covered in commendations. 30 years of service. Silver hair, kind eyes, the face of a man who'd devoted his life to the Navy. Maya wanted to believe he was different, wanted to believe someone in the chain of command gave a damn. Lieutenant Chen, please sit. Harrelson's voice was warm, paternal. Can I get you coffee? Water? I'm fine, sir. Are you? Because from what I understand, you've had a difficult week. He pulled out her file. Allegations of assault, counter-allegations of assault, a psychiatric evaluation questioning your fitness for duty. This is a mess, Lieutenant. Sir, if I could explain what actually— I've read all the statements, including yours. Harrelson closed the file. And I want to help you. Maya's throat tightened. Sir? You're a good officer, Chen. Excellent combat record, exemplary evaluations until recently. But sometimes— He paused, choosing words carefully. Sometimes the stress of training, particularly for candidates who face additional scrutiny, can create situations where perceptions differ from reality. Sir, I was attacked by 4 men. 4 men say you attacked them. You say they attacked you. The physical evidence shows violence occurred, but not who initiated it. Harrelson leaned back. Here's what I'm proposing. You accept a medical separation, PTSD from combat deployments, honorable discharge, full benefits, medical pension. The charges against you are dropped. This all goes away. And Briggs? Commander Briggs returns to duty, as do the other men involved. Maya felt rage building in her chest. So I'm the problem. The crazy woman who couldn't handle the pressure. I didn't say that. You didn't have to. Maya stood. Sir, I'm not taking that deal. Harrelson's expression hardened. Lieutenant, sit down. Sir, That wasn't a request. He waited until Maya sat. You need to understand the bigger picture here. The Navy is under scrutiny. Budget cuts, recruitment challenges, political pressure. The last thing we need is a scandal about special assault in special warfare training. So you're covering it up. I'm protecting the institution. There's a difference. Harrelson opened his desk drawer, pulled out a folder. Do you know what's in here? Every detail of your life. Your college drinking incidents, your relationship history. Photos from spring break 2009 that are, let's say, not flattering. Social media posts that could be interpreted as anti-military. Maya's blood ran cold. Are you threatening me? I'm showing you what a court-martial defense will use. They'll paint you as unstable, promiscuous, untrustworthy. They'll drag your family into it, your father's pension, your mother's employment, your brother's security clearance. All of it becomes fair game. My brother's clearance? He works for defense contractor, DoD clearance, which can be revoked if family members are deemed security risks. Harrelson smiled sadly. See how this works, Lieutenant? You fight us. Everyone you love suffers. You take the deal, everyone moves on. Maya's hands shook. She forced them still. What if I've already talked to a journalist? Harrelson's smile vanished. Excuse me? What if I've already given my story to the Washington Post? What if they're running it tomorrow? The silence stretched like broken glass.
Then you've made a serious mistake.
Harrelson's voice dropped all pretense of warmth.
And you need to fix it. Now.
Or what?
Or we escalate.
Commander Briggs filed a complaint this morning. Claims you've been harassing him, threatening him, stalking him. We have evidence you left base without authorization multiple times, met with civilians in violation of your confinement orders, potentially shared classified information.
That's insane. I shared nothing classified. Your training materials are classified. Your deployment details are classified. Hell, the fact that you're in special warfare selection is technically classified.
Harrelson stood.
You talked to that journalist? We charge you with espionage. That's Leavenworth, Chen. Federal prison. Dishonorable discharge. Your father loses his retirement benefits. Your family loses everything.
Maya felt the walls closing in. They'd thought of everything. Every angle. Every pressure point. I need time to think.
You have until 1700 hours today. After that, we assume you're hostile and act accordingly.
Harrelson opened the door.
Choose wisely, Lieutenant. Some battles aren't worth fighting.
Maya walked out on legs that barely held her, made it to the bathroom, locked herself in a stall, pulled out her phone with shaking hands. The recording was clean. Every word, every threat, every admission that they were covering this up.
She sent it to Kate Brennan with one word.
Publish.
Then she called Morrison.
They threatened my whole family, my brother's clearance, my father's pension, everything.
What did you tell them?
I told them to go to hell.
Maya's voice cracked.
Chief, they're going to destroy everyone I love.
Not if we destroy them first. Did you get the recording?
Sent to Kate. She's running the story tomorrow.
Then it's done. No going back now.
Morrison, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm bringing down good people along with the bad?
Good people don't threaten families to cover up rape, Chen. Good people don't let predators hunt for 8 years while they collect pensions and promotions.
Morrison's voice hardened.
You did the right thing. Now we finish it.
Maya hung up and stared at her reflection. 4 days ago, she'd been a promising officer with a bright future. Now, she was a whistleblower about to take on the entire military establishment. Her phone buzzed.
Unknown number. Text message. We gave you a chance.
Then another message. A photo. Her parents' house again. Except this time, someone had spray-painted words across the garage door. Traitor. Maya's hands clenched around the phone. They were already hitting her family, already making good on threats. She dialed her father. He answered on the first ring.
Maya? Honey, what's going on?
Someone vandalized the house. The police are here. They're asking questions about you, about the Navy, about... Dad, listen to me. I need you and Mom to leave, today, right now.
Leave? Maya, what's happening?
I can't explain everything, but I'm in trouble, and people are using you to get to me. Please, Dad, trust me. Take Mom and go somewhere safe. Her father's breathing changed. The Navy captain who'd faced combat, who understood threats, who knew when his daughter wasn't exaggerating.
Where should we go?
Aunt Linda's in Oregon. Just go. Don't tell anyone where you're going.
Turn off your phones. I'll contact you when it's safe.
Maya, Dad, please, I love you. I'm sorry. Just go. She hung up before he could argue, before she could hear the disappointment in his voice, before she could break down completely. Her phone rang immediately. Morrison. They just placed you under arrest. What? MPS are en route to your location. Charges of espionage, unauthorized disclosure of classified information, violating confinement orders. They're moving fast, Jen. You need to get off base now.
I can't run. That proves I'm guilty.
You stay, they lock you up where no one can reach you, where Kate can't interview you, where you disappear until the story dies. Morrison's voice was urgent. You run. You stay free long enough to fight back.
Where do I go?
Kate's sending a car, south parking lot in 5 minutes. Gray Honda. License plate 7X-Ray Delta 629. Do not bring your phone. Do not bring anything traceable.
Morrison, they'll come after you too. I'm retiring today. Effective immediately. They can't touch me. He paused. Chen, Sarah would have liked you. She would have been proud you're not backing down.
Chief, go, now. Maya ran. Through the building, down the stairs, across the parking lot. Her ribs screamed. Her concussion made everything spin. But she ran. The gray Honda was waiting, driver's window down. Woman at the wheel, Maya didn't recognize.
You, Chen? Yes. Get in, now.
Maya dove into the passenger seat. The car accelerated before her door closed.
Who are you? Sarah Park. We talked on video.
Sarah glanced at her.
Kate called, said you needed extraction. Figured I owed you. They're going to call this fleeing. They're going to call it whatever hurts you most, regardless of what you do.
Sarah turned onto the highway, heading north.
At least this way, you're free to fight back.
Maya's phone, the burner Morrison had given her, buzzed.
Text from Kate. Interview tonight, San Francisco. We go live tomorrow morning. They'll find us, Maya said. The Navy, Briggs, whoever's protecting him. They'll find us and shut this down.
Probably.
Sarah's hands tightened on the wheel.
But maybe this time is different. Maybe this time enough people speak up that they can't silence us all. You really believe that?
Sarah was quiet for a long moment.
Torres believed it. Look where that got her.
That's not exactly reassuring.
Wasn't meant to be. I'm just telling you the truth.
Sarah glanced at her.
But here's the other truth. If we don't fight now, women keep dying. Women keep getting raped and silenced and destroyed. So yeah, maybe we lose. Maybe they kill us like they killed Torres. But at least we tried.
Maya leaned her head against the window and watched California blur past. Somewhere behind them, MPs were searching for her. Briggs was planning his next move. The Navy was circling wagons. And tomorrow morning, the Washington Post was going to publish a story that would blow the entire cover-up wide open. If they survived that long. Sarah's phone rang. She answered on speaker. A woman's voice Maya didn't recognize.
Sarah, it's Jessica Ramirez. Kate Brennan gave me this number. Jessica, it's been 3 years. How are you? Terrified. But I saw the news about Chen, about what she's doing, and
Jessica's voice broke.
I want to help. I'm ready to talk. On camera, full name, everything Briggs did to me.
Sarah's eyes filled with tears.
You sure? I'm sure. If Chen's brave enough to risk everything, I can be brave enough to tell the truth. Where are you? Virginia, but I can fly to San Francisco tonight.
Maya leaned toward the phone.
This is Chen. Thank you. But you need to know, they're going to destroy you for this.
They already destroyed me, Jessica said. Court-martialed me on false drug charges, dishonorable discharge.
Can't get a job, can't get loans, can't even rent an apartment in my own name. My life's been over for 3 years. At least this way, maybe it means something. Sarah wiped her eyes. We'll see you tonight. Kate will send you the address. One more thing, Jessica said. I contacted Maria Vega and Lisa Chen. You remember them?
From Coronado? Yeah. They both reported Briggs. Both got forced out. I told them what's happening. They want in. Maya felt something shift in her chest. Not just 3 women anymore. 6. 7 counting Sarah. An army of survivors ready to fight back. How many more? Maya asked. How many more women are out there, waiting for someone to give them permission to speak? All of them, Sarah said quietly. Every single one who's been silenced. They're all waiting. Maya looked at Sarah, really looked at her, saw the haunted eyes, the permanent fear, the damage that 3 years in Alaska hadn't healed. What happened to you after you reported? The real story. Sarah's jaw tightened. You want the truth? Briggs didn't just transfer me. He destroyed everything. My reputation, my relationships, my future. He spread rumors I was sleeping with half the base, that I made false accusations because a man rejected me. By the time I got to Alaska, everyone there had already heard I was trouble. And you stayed in? I tried, thought I could rebuild, but the harassment never stopped. Anonymous emails, threatening calls, someone leaked my address to online forums. I had stalkers showing up at my quarters. Sarah's voice went flat. I separated after 2 years because staying meant dying, either from them or from myself. But you survived. Barely. Sarah glanced at her. You know what kept me alive? The thought that maybe someday someone would actually fight back successfully. Someone would take down Briggs and everyone protecting him, and I'd get to watch. We're going to try. I know. That's why I'm here. Sarah turned off the highway. We're meeting Kate at a safe house in San Rafael. She's got a full crew ready, camera, sound, the works. We're doing this professional. No room for them to claim it's fake. Maya's stomach churned. On camera. Full detail. Her face, her voice, her truth broadcast to millions. I don't know if I can do this. Yes, you do. You already did the hard part. You fought back. You refused to be silent. This is just telling people about it. What if no one believes me? Some won't. Some will call you a liar, a slut, an attention seeker. Some will say you deserved it. Sarah's voice hardened. But some will believe. And those people matter more than all the others combined. They drove in silence for 10 minutes. Then Maya's burner phone rang. Morrison. Chen, we have a problem. Another one? Briggs held a press conference 30 minutes ago. Claims you attacked him because he rejected your advances. Says you're mentally unstable, violent, and now you've gone AWOL. He's asking for public help locating you. Maya felt the bottom drop out of her world. He's already spinning it. Worse. He's got support. 3 admirals and a congresswoman just released statements backing his version. They're calling you a danger to yourself and others. There's a manhunt, Chen. Every law enforcement agency in California is looking for you. So we're done. Even if Kate publishes, no one will believe it. That's why we publish first. Kate's moving up the timeline. Story goes live tonight, 10 p.m., before they can build more narrative against you. That's in 7 hours. I know. Can you make it? Maya looked at Sarah, who nodded. We'll make it. Good. One more thing. Your family's safe. They made it to Oregon. No tail. They're in a secure location. Thank you, Chief. Don't thank me yet. We haven't won anything. Morrison paused. But we're closer than we've ever been. Hold the line, Chen. Just a few more hours. Maya hung up and closed her eyes. 7 hours.
7 hours until her life became public property. 7 hours until the Navy, Briggs, and everyone protecting him would come at her with everything they had. 7 hours until she found out if the truth actually mattered anymore.
"You okay?" Sarah asked. "No, but I'm done pretending to be."
Sarah smiled for the first time since Maya met her.
"Good. That's when you're most dangerous."
The safe house was a rental in San Rafael that Kate had secured under a fake name. 2-story, nondescript, curtains already drawn. Sarah pulled into the garage and killed the engine.
"Last chance to back out," Sarah said.
Maya opened the car door.
"I'm done running."
Inside, Kate Brennan was setting up equipment with a camera crew. 2 women Maya didn't recognize sat on the couch, nervous energy radiating off them. Kate looked up when Maya entered.
"You're late."
We go live in 6 hours, and I still need to interview 4 more people.
Kate gestured to the women. This is Jessica Ramirez and Maria Vega, both Coronado survivors, both ready to go on camera. Jessica stood first. Late 20s, tired eyes, the kind of exhaustion that came from years of fighting.
"You're Chen, the one who bit Stevens."
That's me.
"Good. I hope it hurt like hell."
Jessica extended her hand. I reported Briggs in 2014. He court-martialed me on drug charges, planted evidence in my locker. I spent 6 months in Miramar Brig before they discharged me. Maria spoke next. Younger, maybe 25, hands shaking as she held her coffee cup.
"I was at Coronado in 2016. Briggs assaulted me during night training. When I reported it, they said I was trying to cover up poor performance, failed me out of the program."
Maya felt the weight of their stories. So many women, so many years.
"How many more are there?"
Lisa Chen is flying in from Portland. Should be here in 2 hours. Kate checked her phone. And I just heard from 3 more women. Different bases, same pattern. Briggs has been doing this for over a decade.
"Jesus Christ,"
Sarah whispered.
"It gets worse."
Kate pulled up her laptop.
"I've been tracking Briggs's career. Every assignment, every promotion. You want to know the common thread?"
Maya leaned over the screen. Kate had built a timeline. Dates, locations, promotions.
Every time allegations surfaced, Briggs got transferred within 3 months. New base, new command. Clean slate. The complaints stayed behind, buried in files that no one ever looked at. "Someone knew,"
Maya said.
"Someone had to approve those transfers. I'm working on that. But first, we need your interviews recorded before they find us."
Kate turned to the crew.
"Mike, Sarah first, then Jessica, then Maria. Chen goes last. I want the story to build."
Why me last?
"Because you're the present tense."
You're the one they're hunting right now. The one who just recorded a base commander admitting to a cover-up. You're the exclamation point on this story.
Sarah sat down in front of the camera, straightened her shirt, took a breath.
"Ready?"
Kate asked.
"No, but let's do it anyway."
Kate hit record. State your name and rank.
Lieutenant Sarah Park, United States Navy. Separated 2015.
Sarah's voice was steady, but Maya could see her hands trembling.
In 2013, I was sexually assaulted by then Lieutenant Commander Wade Briggs at Naval Special Warfare Training Center, Coronado, California.
For the next 30 minutes, Sarah told her story. Every detail, every moment. What Briggs did, what he said, how he threatened her, how the Navy destroyed her career when she reported. Maya watched through tears she didn't wipe away. This was what courage looked like. A woman who'd already lost everything,
risking what little she had left to tell the truth. Jessica went next.
Her story was worse. Briggs had assaulted her twice, once in his office, once in the barracks. When she reported the first assault, he'd escalated to the second. When she reported that, he'd planted cocaine in her locker and watched as MPs dragged her away.
I spent 6 months in military prison for a crime I didn't commit, Jessica said into the camera. Because reporting rape was more dangerous than staying silent.
Maria broke down twice during her interview. Kate stopped the camera both times, gave her water, gave her space, asked if she wanted to continue. Maria nodded each time.
I need people to know, Maria said. I need them to understand this isn't one bad officer. This is a system that protects predators and destroys victims.
By the time Lisa Chen arrived, they'd recorded 4 interviews. Lisa brought something else: documents, personnel files she'd requested through FOIA, records showing Briggs's transfer history.
Look at this.
Lisa spread papers across the coffee table.
2011, complaint filed at Naval Station Norfolk.
Briggs transferred to Coronado 3 months later.
2013, Sarah's complaint, transferred to San Diego. 2014, Jessica's complaint, transferred to Pentagon temporary duty. 2016, Maria's complaint, promoted to commander and assigned to Coronado again. He kept getting promoted, Maya said. Every time someone reported him, he got rewarded. Not just rewarded, protected.
Lisa pulled out another document.
Every transfer was authorized by the same person, Vice Admiral Thomas Hawthorne, Chief of Naval Personnel.
Kate's head snapped up.
Hawthorne authorized all of them? Every single one. He knew. He had to know.
Lisa looked at Maya.
This goes higher than Briggs. This is institutional.
Maya's phone buzzed. Morrison. She answered on speaker.
Chen, turn on the news. Channel 7.
Kate grabbed the remote, flipped to local news. Briggs was on screen, standing next to Vice Admiral Hawthorne. Press conference. Live.
Deeply concerned about Lieutenant Chen's mental state, Briggs was saying. She's exhibited increasingly erratic behavior, violence toward fellow officers, paranoid delusions about a conspiracy that doesn't exist. We're working with law enforcement to locate her before she harms herself or others. Hawthorne stepped to the microphone. The Navy takes all allegations seriously. But in this case, extensive investigation has revealed that Lieutenant Chen's accusations are unfounded. Commander Briggs is a decorated officer with an exemplary record. These false allegations are damaging not just to him, but to the integrity of our entire institution. A reporter shouted a question. What about the other women who've come forward? What other women? Hawthorne's expression didn't change. We're aware of social media rumors, but no formal complaints have been filed.
If anyone has legitimate allegations, we encourage them to use proper channels.
The screen cut back to the studio. Maya felt sick. They're getting ahead of the story, Kate said, preemptively discrediting everyone. Can we still publish? Sarah asked. We have to. This press conference proves they're scared. Kate checked her watch. But we need Maya's interview now. We're running out of time.
Maya sat in the chair, faced the camera, felt the weight of every woman in that room watching her.
Name and rank, Kate said. Lieutenant Maya Chen, United States Navy. Currently AWOL, because staying meant dying. Kate leaned forward. Tell me what happened. From the beginning.
Maya told it all. The equipment room, the attack, Briggs's threats, the cover-up, recording the base commander, running. Everything.
Why did you run? Kate asked. Because they were going to lock me up. Make me disappear like they made Torres disappear.
Like they've made dozens of women disappear over the years. Torres. Ensign Mia Torres. Tell me about her. She reported Briggs in 2014. 6 months later, she was dead. Ruled a suicide. But the week before she died, someone threatened her family. Sent photos of her little sister. Torres was terrified. She was going to drop the complaint. Maya looked directly into the camera. Then she's found dead, and everyone just accepts it. Case closed. Problem solved. You think she was murdered? I think a woman who is about to back down doesn't kill herself. I think someone wanted her permanently silent. Kate glanced at her notes. You recorded Base Commander Harrelson. What did he say? Maya pulled out her phone, played the audio. Harrelson's voice filled the room, threatening her family, admitting they were covering it up, offering deals to keep her quiet. When it finished, the room was silent. That's a smoking gun, Kate said. That's a senior officer admitting to obstruction of justice. Will it matter? Maya asked. They've already convinced the public I'm crazy. That recording could be dismissed as fake, doctored, taken out of context. Not if we publish everything at once. 5 survivor testimonies, the recordings, personnel documents showing the cover-up. They can't dismiss all of it. Kate stood. We go live in 4 hours. I need to edit this together, write the story, get legal approval. Legal approval? Jessica's voice rose. They'll kill it. Our legal team knows the stakes. They'll push it through. Kate looked at each woman. But you all need to understand what happens when this publishes. Your faces, your names, your stories go public. There's no taking it back. You'll be targets for the rest of your lives. We're already targets, Sarah said. At least this way, we're fighting back. Maya's phone rang. Unknown number. She almost didn't answer. Then something made her. Hello? Lieutenant Chen, my name is Captain Rebecca Walsh. I'm calling from Naval Criminal Investigative Service. Maya's blood ran cold. How did you get this number? We've been tracking you since you left Coronado. I know where you are right now, San Rafael, safe house on Maple Street. Walsh paused. I'm not calling to arrest you. Then why are you calling? Because I've been investigating Commander Briggs for 6 months, quietly, unofficially. And I need your help. Maya looked at Kate, mouthed, NCIS. Kate's eyes widened. What kind of help? I know about Torres. I know it wasn't suicide. I've been trying to build a case, but I can't get anyone to listen. Every time I push, I get shut down. Every witness I find either recants or disappears. Walsh's voice dropped. But if you publish that story tonight, if you force this into the open, I can reopen Torres's case as a homicide. I can investigate Briggs and everyone protecting him. Why should I trust you? You shouldn't. For all you know, I'm calling to stall you, to keep you on the line while a SWAT team surrounds that house. Walsh paused. But here's what I'm offering. You help me nail Briggs for murder, and I make sure you don't go to prison for going AWOL. I can't save your career, but I can keep you free. Maya's mind raced. What do you need? Everything you have. Torres's phone records, emails, threat documentation. I know someone collected it. Someone who cared enough to keep evidence when the official investigation closed. I might know someone. Then get it to me, tonight, before the story publishes. Because once this goes public, everyone involved will destroy evidence. This is our only chance. How do I know you're really NCIS? That you're not just, you don't. You're going to have to trust me. Or not. Your call. Walsh gave her an email address. Encrypted. Send everything you have. I'll do the rest. The line went dead.
Kate grabbed Maya's arm. Do not send anything to anyone. That could be a trap, a way to tie you to classified information leaks. Or it could be someone actually trying to help. Or both. NCIS could build a case against Briggs and still prosecute you for espionage. Kate shook her head. We can't risk it.
Maya's phone buzzed. Text from Morrison. Walsh is legit. I've worked with her before. She's one of the good ones. Send her everything. Maya showed Kate the message.
Morrison's judgment got us this far, Maya said. I'm trusting him again.
She forwarded everything to Walsh's email. Torres's files, Morrison's documentation, 8 years of buried complaints. Everything.
Done, Maya said. What now? Now we wait.
Kate looked at her watch.
Story goes live in 3 hours. I need to finish editing.
Sarah stood abruptly.
Someone's outside.
Everyone froze. Maya moved to the window, carefully pulled back the curtain. Black SUV parked across the street. Tinted windows.
Government plates. We need to move, Sarah said. Now. We can't move. All the equipment is here. The interviews are here.
Kate's voice rose.
We're 3 hours from publication. We're 3 minutes from getting arrested.
Sarah grabbed her keys.
I can lead them away. Give you time to finish. Sarah, no, this isn't a discussion.
Sarah looked at Maya.
You finish this. You tell our stories. You make sure Briggs burns. I can't let you. You're not letting me do anything. I'm choosing.
Sarah smiled, and for the first time, it reached her eyes.
I've been running for 3 years. I'm done.
Before anyone could stop her, Sarah walked out the front door, climbed into her car, backed out of the driveway. The black SUV followed. Maya watched them disappear down the street, felt something break in her chest.
We need to keep working, Kate said quietly. Sarah bought us time. Don't waste it.
For the next 2 hours, Kate edited frantically,
Pieced together interviews, documents, recordings, built a story that couldn't be dismissed or ignored.
Maya helped where she could, but mostly just watched the clock. At 9:45 p.m., Kate hit send. The story uploaded to the Washington Post servers, scheduled to publish at 10 p.m.
It's done, Kate said. 15 minutes and the world sees everything.
Maya's phone rang. Sarah.
Sarah, are you okay? Where are you? Coronado. They brought me back to base.
Sarah's voice was calm. Too calm.
They're charging me with aiding a fugitive, obstruction of justice. I'll probably go to prison. Sarah, I'm so sorry. I never wanted. I know. And I don't regret it.
Sarah paused.
Maya, there's something I need to tell you. About Torres. What about her? I was there, the night she died. She called me, terrified, said someone broke into her apartment, said they left a message, drop the complaint or her sister dies. I told her to go to the police. She said she was going to.
That was the last time I talked to her.
Sarah, I should have done more. Should have driven to her apartment, should have stayed with her. Instead, I told myself it wasn't my problem, that I'd already lost enough fighting Briggs.
Sarah's voice cracked.
She died alone because I was too scared to help her.
That's not your fault. You couldn't have known.
I did know. I knew exactly what they were capable of, and I did nothing.
Sarah took a shaky breath.
So when you called, when I had a chance to help someone else, I couldn't say no. Not again. Not after Torres.
You're a hero, Sarah. You saved this investigation.
I'm not a hero. I'm just done being a coward.
Sarah paused.
The story publishes in 5 minutes. When it does, tell Torres's family I'm sorry. Tell them I should have protected her.
Sarah, wait. The line went dead. Kate looked up from her laptop.
Story's live in 3 minutes. Once it publishes, we're committed. No taking it back.
Maya's hands shook. Sarah was in custody. Torres's family didn't know the truth. Her own family was in hiding. Everything was falling apart.
What if this doesn't work? Maya asked. What if we publish and nothing changes? Then at least we tried.
Kate pulled up the story on her screen. Front page, bold headline. Naval officer alleges sexual assault cover-up spanning decades. Multiple women come forward. Below it, photos. Maya, Sarah, Jessica, Maria, Lisa. 5 women's faces staring back at the world. 2 minutes, Kate said. Maya's phone exploded with notifications. Morrison, her parents, people she hadn't heard from in years. Everyone seeing the story. Everyone reacting.
1 minute.
Kate turned up her laptop volume. Social media feeds loaded. Twitter, Facebook, news sites. Everyone waiting.
30 seconds.
Maya held her breath.
10 seconds.
The web page refreshed. The story went live. And Maya Chen's life changed forever. Within seconds, the story was everywhere. Shared thousands of times, trending on every platform. News outlets picking it up, commenting, analyzing. The photos of 5 women staring into cameras, telling truths that could no longer be buried. Kate's phone rang. Her editor. "Tell me you have verification for all of this." The editor's voice came through speaker. "Because the Navy just called. They're threatening to sue for libel. They're saying the recordings are fabricated, that the women are lying."
We have verification. Multiple sources, documents, audio recordings.
They're claiming the audio is doctored.
Then they can prove it. Put it to independent analysis. We'll stand by our story.
The editor was quiet. "This is going to get ugly."
It already is ugly. We're just showing people what they didn't want to see.
Kate hung up, looked at Maya and the others.
They're going to fight this with everything they have. Let them fight,
Jessica said.
We're not backing down.
Maya's phone rang again. Captain Walsh. "Chen, I got your files. I'm reopening Torres's death investigation as a homicide, effective immediately."
Can you do that? With the Navy pushing back?
The Navy doesn't control NCIS. We're Department of Defense, separate chain of command. And with your story published, I have public pressure on my side. Walsh paused. "But I need you to know something. This investigation will implicate people at the highest levels. Admirals, Pentagon officials, maybe even civilian leadership. They will come after you harder than you can imagine."
They already are.
"This will be worse. But if you're willing to testify, if you're willing to go through hell, we can take them all down." Maya looked at the women around her. Sarah in custody, Jessica, Maria, and Lisa watching her, Kate with her story published, Morrison sacrificing his retirement.
I'll testify, whatever it takes.
Good. Because I'm issuing a warrant for Commander Briggs's arrest. Charges include sexual assault, conspiracy, obstruction of justice, and murder. Walsh's voice hardened. "He's going down, Chen. They all are." Maya hung up and closed her eyes. It wasn't over. It was just beginning. But for the first time in days, she felt something that might have been hope.
What happens now?
Maria asked. Kate pulled up her screen.
Now the world watches, and we make sure they can't look away.
The story exploded faster than anyone anticipated. Within 30 minutes, it was the #1 trending topic worldwide. Within an hour, every major news network was covering it. CNN, NBC, Fox News, all of them dissecting the Washington Post investigation, showing the photos of 5 women who refused to stay silent. Maya watched it unfold on Kate's laptop. Her face on television, her words being quoted, her life dissected by strangers who'd never met her.
"We need to get you somewhere safer," Kate said. "This address won't stay secret long." "Where do we go?"
"I have a contact, former Marine who runs a security firm. He owes me a favor." Kate was already dialing.
"We move in 20 minutes.
Jessica's phone rang. She looked at the screen, hands shaking.
"It's my mother. I haven't talked to her in 2 years."
"Answer it," Maria said. Jessica put it on speaker. Her mother's voice cracked through.
"Jess? Baby, I just saw the news. I saw what you said about that man, about what he did to you. Mom, Why didn't you tell me? All this time I thought you got discharged for drugs. I thought you'd thrown your life away. But you were trying to tell the truth, and they destroyed you for it."
Jessica's face crumpled.
"I couldn't tell you. I was so ashamed. I thought you'd blame me." "Blame you? Baby, no. Never."
Her mother sobbed.
"I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I didn't fight for you. I'm sorry I believed their lies." "It's not your fault, Mom. I'm coming to you."
"Wherever you are, I'm coming. You're not doing this alone." Jessica wiped her eyes, looked at Maya.
"She believes me. My own mother didn't believe me for 3 years, but now she does." "That's what truth does," Maya said. "It cuts through everything, eventually."
Kate's phone exploded with calls. News outlets wanting interviews, talk shows requesting appearances, political figures releasing statements. The story had gone from buried secret to national crisis in under 2 hours. "Senator Margaret Collins just announced emergency hearings," Kate read from her screen. "Armed Services Committee. They're demanding Navy leadership testify under oath within 72 hours. "Will that actually change anything?" Lisa asked. "It forces them to answer questions publicly, under oath, on camera." Kate looked up. "It means they can't hide anymore." Maya's phone buzzed. Morrison. "Chen, you need to see this." He sent a video link. Maya opened it. Press conference.
Captain Walsh standing at a podium with FBI agents flanking her.
This evening, NCIS issued an arrest warrant for Commander Wade Briggs on charges including sexual assault, conspiracy, obstruction of justice, and murder in connection with the 2014 death of Ensign Mia Torres. Walsh's voice was steady, authoritative. "Additionally, we are investigating Vice Admiral Thomas Hawthorne for conspiracy to obstruct justice. Further arrests are expected." The room erupted in questions from reporters. Walsh held up a hand. "I want to make something clear. This investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information about sexual assault or cover-ups in the military is encouraged to contact NCIS. We will protect you. We will believe you. And we will pursue justice regardless of rank or political connections." The video ended. Maya stared at the screen.
"They're really doing it," she whispered. "They're actually going after them."
Kate's laptop pinged. Email from her editor. Subject line, "Urgent." Kate opened it, and her face went pale.
"What?"
Maya asked.
"The Pentagon just released a statement. They're saying Briggs has gone AWOL. He never reported for duty this morning. His house is empty. His car's gone. They think he ran." "Where would he go?" "His family has money.
Properties in 3 states. He could be anywhere.
Kate scrolled through the email.
Worse, they're saying he had access to classified information about SEAL operations. If he defects, if he sells intelligence, he won't defect, Maya cut in. He's too arrogant. He thinks he can beat this. Then where is he?
Maya's phone rang. Unknown number. She almost ignored it, then instinct made her answer.
Lieutenant Chen?
Briggs's voice, calm, conversational. Congratulations on your little media circus. Maya's blood turned to ice. She hit speaker so everyone could hear.
Where are you?
Somewhere safe. Somewhere your NCIS friends won't find me. Briggs laughed. You really thought you won, didn't you? Thought you could destroy me with a newspaper article and some crying women on camera.
The warrant's real, Briggs. You're done.
Am I? Because from where I'm sitting, I'm free, and you're still hiding in a safe house in San Rafael. Yes, I know where you are. I know everything. Kate was already frantically texting someone, probably her security contact.
What do you want?
Maya asked. I want you to understand something. You can't win. I have resources you can't imagine. People protecting me at levels you'll never reach. This arrest warrant? It'll disappear. The investigation? It'll get buried like all the others. In 6 months, I'll be back on duty with a promotion, and you'll be in prison for going AWOL.
Is that why you killed Torres? Because she wouldn't back down either?
Silence. Long enough that Maya thought he'd hung up. Torres killed herself. Weak. Couldn't handle the pressure.
Liar. Someone threatened her family.
Someone broke into her apartment. Someone made sure she died before she could testify.
Prove it.
Captain Walsh is already proving it. She's reopening the investigation as a homicide. She has Torres's phone records, emails, evidence that was buried. She has everything. Briggs's laugh sounded forced now.
Phone records prove nothing. Torres was unstable, paranoid. Everyone knew it.
Everyone knew it because you made sure they did. Just like you tried to make everyone think I'm unstable. But it didn't work this time, did it? Too many women speaking up. Too much evidence. Too much public attention.
Public attention is fleeting. Give it a week and nobody will care. Give it a month and this will be forgotten. That's how these things work.
Not this time.
You really believe that?
Briggs's voice hardened.
You think you're special? You think you're the first woman who tried to take me down? Torres thought she was special too. Look where that got her.
Maya felt rage building.
Are you confessing? Are you admitting you killed her?
I'm saying accidents happen. People who make trouble tend to have very bad luck. Briggs paused. Like your parents. Nice house in Oregon. Very secluded. Anything could happen out there. Maya's heart stopped.
Don't you dare.
Or what? You'll report me? I'm already wanted for murder. What's a few more bodies? Briggs laughed. Here's what's going to happen, Chen. You're going to hold a press conference tomorrow. You're going to admit you made everything up. You're going to say you were mentally unstable, seeking attention, trying to destroy good men's careers. And if you do that, your family stays safe.
And if I don't?
Then I make sure the Chen family legacy ends in Oregon. Your father, your mother, your brother. All of them. And I make sure you live long enough to know it was your fault. The line went dead. Maya stood frozen. Kate grabbed her shoulders.
We need to call the FBI.
Get protection for your family, now. Maya was already dialing her father. It rang, and rang, and rang. Voicemail.
Dad, pick up. Please, pick up. She tried her mother. Same thing. Voicemail. Something's wrong. Maya's voice shook. They always answer. Always. Morrison's voice came through on speakerphone. Maya had forgotten he was still on the line. I'm calling Oregon State Police. I have contacts there. They'll do a welfare check. Morrison, if something happens to them, it won't. We're getting ahead of this. But Maya knew in her bones that Briggs wasn't bluffing, that he'd do exactly what he threatened, that her fight for justice might cost her family everything. Kate's security contact arrived 15 minutes later. 3 former Marines in tactical gear. They swept the house, checked all entry points, set up security cameras. You can't stay here, the lead Marine said. His name was Davis, graying hair, steady eyes, the look of someone who'd seen combat.
If Briggs knows this location, he'll hit it. Or send people who will.
Where do we go?
Federal building. FBI protection. It's the only safe place right now. Maya's phone rang. Oregon State Police. Ms. Chen, this is Officer Rodriguez. We're at your parents' residence. The house is secure. Your parents are fine. They're shaken but unharmed. Maya nearly collapsed with relief.
Where are they? Can I talk to them?
They're being transported to a secure location, FBI jurisdiction now. They'll contact you when they arrive.
What happened? Was someone there?
Evidence suggests someone attempted entry through a rear window. Your father heard it, called 911. We arrived within 6 minutes. Found signs of forced entry, but no intruders. Rodriguez paused. Ms. Chen, whoever this was, they're professionals. They knew how to avoid cameras, dogs, motion sensors. If your father hadn't heard them, this would have gone very differently. Maya's hands shook so badly she almost dropped the phone.
Thank you. Thank you for getting there in time.
We're increasing patrols in the area, but honestly, your family needs to leave Oregon. Go somewhere nobody knows about, at least until this is resolved. Maya hung up and looked at the others. 5 women who'd come forward, who'd told their stories, who'd risked everything.
He tried to kill my parents. He actually tried. But he failed, Jessica said. And now he's more desperate, which means he'll make mistakes. Or he'll kill someone else.
Maya felt the weight crushing her.
How many people have to die because I wouldn't stay quiet?
Torres died because she was alone, Lisa said.
You're not alone. None of us are. That's why he's losing.
Kate's phone buzzed. She read the message and looked up.
FBI just issued a statement. They're classifying Briggs as armed and extremely dangerous. Possible flight risk.
They've frozen his bank accounts, flagged his passport, issued bolos to every law enforcement agency in the country.
He's trapped, Maria said. He can't run, can't hide. He's done.
Trapped animals are the most dangerous, Davis said.
We need to move, now.
They loaded into 3 separate vehicles. Maya rode with Davis, Kate, and 2 other Marines. Jessica, Maria, and Lisa went in the second vehicle with FBI agents who'd arrived as backup. The convoy headed toward downtown San Francisco. Maya's phone buzzed. Text from Morrison. Turn on the radio, AM 740. She did. Talk radio. The host was interviewing someone. And what we're seeing here is a pattern that goes back decades, not just in the Navy, all branches. Women who report sexual assault face retaliation at rates approaching 90%. Those who persist in their claims often end up discharged, demoted, or worse.
The voice was familiar. Maya couldn't place it.
Worse? The host asked. What do you mean by worse?
I mean dead. Mia Torres is dead, but she's not the only one.
In the past 5 years alone, 8 women who reported sexual assault in the military have died under suspicious circumstances. All ruled suicides. All cases closed quickly. No investigations. Maya's breath caught. Who is that? Kate checked her phone. Congresswoman Patricia Morrison, former Navy JAG officer. She's been trying to get military justice reform passed for 3 years. Now she's using your story as a battering ram. 8 women? Maya whispered. 8 women dead. The interview continued. Congresswoman Morrison was relentless, named names, cited cases, demanded investigations. By the time it ended, she'd called for a complete overhaul of military justice. This is bigger than Briggs, Kate said. This is exposing the entire system. They arrived at the federal building at 11:45 p.m. FBI agents met them at the entrance, escorted them through security, took them to a conference room on the 8th floor. Safe, secure, monitored. Captain Walsh was waiting. Lieutenant Chen, we need to talk. Maya sat across from her. Walsh was early 50s, iron gray hair, the kind of face that revealed nothing. She slid a folder across the table. This is everything we've recovered on Torres's death. Phone records, emails, witness statements. I need you to look at it and tell me if anything jumps out. Maya opened the folder. Photos of Torres's apartment, the broken window, the ransacked drawers, police reports that labeled it a suicide despite evidence of forced entry. Then she saw the phone records. Torres had called someone 17 times in the week before her death. Same number. No answer. Who's this number? Walsh pulled up her laptop. We're still tracing it. Burner phone, purchased with cash.
Used exclusively to contact Torres and 3 other women who reported Briggs.
3 others?
All dead. 2 suicides, 1 car accident. All within 18 months of reporting. Walsh's jaw tightened. Briggs didn't do this alone. Someone with resources, training, and complete disregard for human life helped him.
Hawthorne, Maya said. It has to be Hawthorne. He authorized all of Briggs's transfers. He protected him for years.
We're investigating Hawthorne, but I think this goes higher. Walsh pulled up another file. Torres's last email. She sent it the night she died. We recovered it from her deleted folder. Maya read it. Her blood turned to ice.
To whoever finds this, if I'm dead, it wasn't suicide. Vice Admiral Hawthorne ordered my silence. He sent someone to my apartment, told me if I didn't drop the complaint, my sister would be next. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. But I'm writing this so there's a record, so someone knows the truth. Mia Torres.
This is proof, Maya said.
This proves Hawthorne was involved.
It's evidence, not proof. Defense will claim it's fabricated, that Torres was paranoid, that she made it up. Walsh leaned forward. But combined with everything else, phone records, break-ins, threats, the pattern of deaths, we can build a case.
How long?
Months, maybe years. These people have resources. They'll fight every step.
I don't have years. Briggs is out there right now planning his next move. My family's in hiding. How long can we stay in federal protection?
Walsh was quiet. Then she said, There's another way. Faster. More dangerous.
I'm listening.
We draw Briggs out. Use you as bait. He wants you silenced. We give him the opportunity. Controlled environment, full surveillance, armed backup. We take him alive and get him to flip on Hawthorne.
That's insane, Kate said. You're asking her to put herself in front of a man who's already tried to kill her.
I'm asking her to help us end this. Because without Briggs's testimony, Hawthorne walks. And if Hawthorne walks, this entire system stays intact. More women die. More predators get protected. Nothing changes. Maya looked at Walsh, really looked at her, saw the determination, the rage, the same fire that had driven Maya to bite through a man's hand rather than submit.
What's your plan?
Walsh pulled up a map. Tomorrow night, you're scheduled to appear on 60 Minutes, national television, millions of viewers. We announce the location in advance. Let Briggs know where you'll be. He can't resist. His ego won't let him.
So I'm bait.
You're the end game, but you'll be protected. FBI, NCIS, Secret Service if we can swing it. Briggs gets anywhere near you, we take him.
And if he doesn't come? If he sends someone else?
Then we get that person and work our way up. Walsh closed her laptop. Chen, I've been doing this job for 20 years. I've seen monsters. I've watched them destroy lives and walk away laughing. Briggs is a monster. Hawthorne is worse. If we don't stop them now, they'll keep killing until someone does. Maya thought about Torres, about Sarah in custody, about her parents hiding in Oregon, about 8 women dead under suspicious circumstances.
Okay, I'll do it.
Kate grabbed her arm.
Maya, this is suicide. You're painting a target on yourself. I already have a target on me. At least this way, we're aiming back.
Walsh nodded. I'll set it up. The interview happens at 8 p.m. tomorrow, studio in downtown San Francisco. We'll have every exit covered, every window, every angle. Briggs won't get within 100 yards of you.
Unless he does,
Maya said.
Unless he's better than you think.
Then I guess we find out tomorrow night. Walsh stood. Get some rest. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. But Maya knew she wouldn't sleep, couldn't sleep, not with Briggs out there. Not with her family in danger, not with the weight of 8 dead women pressing down on her. She pulled out her phone, looked at Morrison's last text, thought about his daughter Sarah, the one who'd killed herself because the system failed her. Then she thought about the other Sarah, Sarah Park, in custody at Coronado, facing charges for helping Maya escape. Maya texted Morrison, "Is there any way to help Sarah Park? She saved my life." Morrison replied immediately, "Working on it. Senator Collins is pressuring Navy to drop charges. Might work, might not." Maya closed her eyes. So many lives destroyed. So many women silenced. And tomorrow night, she was going to gamble that justice actually mattered. That the system could be forced to work. That telling the truth was worth the cost. Her phone buzzed one more time. Unknown number. Text message. "See you tomorrow night, Jen. This ends between us, one way or another. Briggs." Maya stared at the message, felt the fear, acknowledged it, set it aside. Then she replied, "I'll be waiting." Morning came too fast. Maya hadn't slept, just stared at the ceiling of the FBI safe room, replaying Briggs's text message. "This ends between us, one way or another." At 600, Walsh knocked on her door. "You ready for this?"
No, but I'm doing it anyway.
Walsh handed her a coffee. "We've identified 3 possible approach vectors for Briggs. Rooftop across the street, service entrance through the loading dock, underground parking. We've got teams covering all 3.
What if he doesn't come? What if he's just trying to scare me?
Then we wasted federal resources and you do a great interview. Either way, the story gets told." Walsh sat down. "Chen, I need you to understand something. If Briggs does show up, if he gets past our perimeter, you might have to defend yourself. Are you prepared for that?" Maya thought about the equipment room, about biting through Stevens's hand.
about everything she'd already survived. I've been preparing my whole life.
At 0800, Morrison called. "Chen, you need to see this." He sent a video link. Maya opened it. Congressional hearing. Live. Vice Admiral Hawthorne sitting at a witness table, flanked by lawyers. Senator Collins at the podium. "Admiral Hawthorne, how many complaints about Commander Briggs crossed your desk during your tenure as Chief of Naval Personnel?" Hawthorne's face was stone. "I don't recall specific numbers." "Let me help your memory. 17 complaints over 8 years, all from female personnel, all reporting sexual assault or harassment, all buried without investigation. Do you recall that?" "Senator, I processed thousands of personnel matters. I can't be expected to remember every rape allegation? You can't be expected to remember 17 women reporting the same officer for sexual assault?" Collins's voice rose. "Admiral, did you authorize Commander Briggs's transfers following these complaints?" Hawthorne's lawyer leaned in, whispered. Hawthorne straightened. "On advice of counsel, I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination." The hearing room exploded. Reporters shouting questions, senators demanding answers. Hawthorne sitting silent, stone-faced, while his entire career burned around him. Morrison's voice came through. "He just admitted guilt. He can't plead the Fifth unless answering would incriminate him." "Is this enough to arrest him?" "Walsh is moving on it now. But Chen, there's something else." Morrison paused. Sarah Park was released. All charges dropped. Senator Collins pulled strings. She's free. Maya felt tears threaten. "Where is she?" "On her way to San Francisco. She wants to be there tonight. For the interview. For you."
"Morrison, tell her."
Maya's voice cracked.
"Tell her thank you. For everything."
"Tell her yourself. She'll be there." At noon, the survivors gathered in the FBI conference room. Sarah Park had arrived, exhausted but determined. Jessica, Maria, and Lisa. 5 women who'd been destroyed by the same man, who'd lost careers, families, futures, who'd found each other in the wreckage.
"They're calling us the Coronado Five,"
Lisa said, reading from her phone.
"The women who broke the silence." "I hate that name,"
Jessica muttered.
"Makes us sound like a committee." "We are a committee,"
Maria said.
"A committee of survivors who refused to stay victims."
Kate entered with her camera crew.
"We need to prep for tonight. 60 minutes wants individual interviews before the main segment. Maya, you're first."
Maya sat across from the interviewer, Leslie Stahl, legendary journalist, sharp eyes that missed nothing. "Lieutenant Chen, you've accused Commander Briggs of sexual assault. You've gone AWOL from the Navy. You've put your family in danger. Some people are asking if it's worth it."
"What do you say to them?"
Maya looked directly into the camera, thought about Torres, about Morrison's daughter, about 8 women dead. "I say it's worth it, because the alternative is letting predators hunt freely. It's worth it because my daughter, if I ever have one, deserves a military that protects her instead of destroying her. It's worth it because silence is how evil wins." Maya's voice steadied. "And I'm done being silent." Stahl nodded slowly. "We're going to air that exactly as you said it." At 1500 hours, Walsh gathered everyone for final briefing. "Interview starts at 2000. Studio doors open at 1900. We'll have 50 agents in position, snipers on 3 rooftops, tactical teams at every entrance. If Briggs shows up, we take him alive. No shots unless absolutely necessary." "What if he sends someone else?" Sarah asked. "Then we get that person and work backwards. But my gut says Briggs comes himself. His ego demands it."
Walsh pulled up a photo. This morning, Briggs's credit card was used at a gun store in Oakland. Purchased a Glock 19 and 200 rounds of ammunition. He's armed, and he's coming. Maya felt cold spreading through her chest.
He's planning to kill me on live television.
He's planning to try. We're planning to stop him. Walsh looked at each woman. Anyone who wants out, now's the time. No judgment, no shame. This is real danger. Nobody moved. All right then, let's go to work. At 18:30, they arrived at the studio, CBS News building in downtown San Francisco. Agents everywhere. Metal detectors, security checkpoints, K9 units sweeping every floor. Maya walked through it all, feeling disconnected from her body. This was really happening. In 90 minutes, she'd sit in front of cameras and tell millions of people what Briggs had done. And somewhere out there, Briggs was planning his response. Sarah grabbed her hand.
You're not alone in this. Whatever happens, we're here. I know.
That's what scares me. If he gets past security, he won't just target me. He'll target all of you.
Let him try.
Jessica's voice was hard.
5 of us, 1 of him. I like those odds.
At 1900, they moved to makeup. Someone powdered Maya's face, fixed her hair, made her camera ready. She watched herself transform in the mirror, from exhausted fugitive to polished officer. The person Briggs had tried to destroy. The person who refused to die. Walsh appeared in the doorway. We've got a problem.
What kind of problem?
Briggs's car was just spotted 2 blocks away. He's here. The room erupted, agents talking over each other, Kate shouting questions, the survivors looking at Maya with fear and determination. Walsh held up her hand. Everyone stay calm. We knew he'd come. Tactical teams are moving to intercept. He won't get inside.
You don't know that, Maya said. You don't know what he's capable of.
Neither does he. That's our advantage. At 1945, they moved to the studio. The set was simple. 2 chairs facing each other, cameras positioned around them, lights bright enough to make everything feel surreal. Leslie Stahl was already seated, reviewing notes. She looked up when Maya entered.
You know he's here, right? Briggs. Security just told me he's in the building.
Maya's heart stopped.
What? How did he? Service entrance, dressed as a technician. Someone let him through before they realized who he was.
Stahl's voice was calm, but her hands shook slightly.
They're searching for him now. We can postpone. No. We go live in 15 minutes. If we postpone, he wins. Chen, he could walk onto this set with a gun. Then I guess we find out if the cameras keep rolling.
Maya sat in her chair.
I'm not running anymore.
Walsh burst in with 6 agents. We're evacuating the building. No. Chen, that wasn't a request. Briggs is armed and inside the building. We can't protect you if you stay.
You can't protect me anywhere. He'll just come for me somewhere else. At least here, we're ready for him.
Maya looked at the cameras, at the crew, at the survivors watching from the sidelines.
We go live. Now.
Stahl looked at Walsh. Walsh looked at Maya. The silence stretched. Your call, Walsh said finally. But I'm staying. Me and every agent in this building.
Then let's do this.
At 2,000 hours, the cameras went live. 60 million people watching. Maya Chen facing the nation. Leslie Stahl asking questions. The truth pouring out. Commander Briggs assaulted you in the equipment room. What happened after?
He tried to destroy my life, my career, my reputation, my family. He made me choose between staying silent and losing everything. So I chose to lose everything, because some things matter more than personal safety. Like what? Like making sure the next woman doesn't have to choose. Like making sure predators can't hide behind rank and connections.
Like making sure Torres's death meant something. Movement in the shadows. Maya saw him before anyone else did. Briggs, dressed in a security uniform, gun in hand, walking toward the set. "Gun!" Walsh shouted. Everything happened at once. Agents rushing forward, cameras swinging, Briggs raising his weapon, Maya diving behind her chair. "Everybody down!" Walsh had her weapon drawn. 20 agents materialized from nowhere, all armed, all aimed at Briggs. But Briggs wasn't looking at them. He was looking at Maya. "You couldn't just stay quiet, could you?" Briggs's voice was almost sad. "You had to burn it all down. For what? For attention? For revenge?" Maya stood slowly, hands visible, no weapons, just her and Briggs and 60 million people watching. "For justice. For Torres. For Sarah. For every woman you destroyed." "Justice," Briggs laughed. "There's no justice. There's just power. And I have more power than you." "You had power. Past tense." Maya took a step forward. "Now you're a fugitive with 20 guns pointed at your head, live on national television. That's not power. That's desperation." "Drop the weapon!" Walsh moved closer. "Last warning!" Briggs's gun shifted from Maya to Walsh, then back to Maya. "I should have killed you in that equipment room. Should have finished what I started." "But you didn't. Know why?" Maya's voice steadied. "Because you're a coward. You only attack when you think you can win, when you have backup, when women are alone and helpless. But I wasn't helpless. None of us were. We just needed someone to believe us." "Nobody believes you. They believe what I tell them to believe." "Then why are you here? Why risk everything to stop me if nobody believes me?" Maya gestured to the cameras. "They're watching, Briggs. The whole world is watching you prove everything I said." Something shifted in Briggs's eyes. Realization. Horror. He'd walked into a trap and confirmed his guilt on camera for 60 million people. "You set this up. You knew I'd come. I counted on it. Because predators can't help themselves. They have to win. They have to dominate. They have to have the last word." Maya took another step. "But this is my last word. You're done. Hawthorne's done. The entire system that protected you is done." Briggs's hand shook. The gun wavered. "I could still kill you. Right here. Right now." "You could. And then you die too. Because these agents will put 20 bullets in you before you hit the ground." Maya met his eyes. "Is that how you want to end? Murdering an unarmed woman on live television? Proving to the world that everything I said was true?" The silence stretched. Every agent ready to fire, every camera recording, every eye watching. Then Briggs lowered his gun. "I want a deal. Full immunity, witness protection. I'll tell you everything about Hawthorne, about the cover-ups, about who else knew." Walsh stepped forward. "No deals. You're under arrest for murder, assault, attempted murder. You don't get to walk away." "Then what do I get?" "You get to live. And maybe, if you cooperate, you die in prison instead of death row." Walsh nodded to her agents. "Take him." They swarmed Briggs, cuffed him, read him his rights, walked him off the set while cameras captured every moment.
Maya stood frozen, watching the man who'd destroyed so many lives get led away in handcuffs, knowing it was over. Knowing it wasn't over. Knowing this was just the beginning. Stahl touched her arm.
We're still live. Do you want to finish the interview?
Maya looked at the camera, at 60 million people watching, at history being made in real time.
Yes. Let's finish this.
She sat back down. Stahl sat across from her. The cameras rolled.
What just happened?
Stahl asked.
Justice. For the first time in 8 years, actual justice.
Maya's voice shook.
Commander Briggs is in custody.
Ace Admiral Hawthorne is facing criminal charges. The system that protected them is being exposed, and every woman who was silenced finally has a voice.
What happens now?
Now, we rebuild. We fix what's broken. We make sure this never happens again. Maya looked directly into the camera.
And we tell every survivor out there, you're not alone. You're not crazy. You're not a liar. We believe you, and we will fight for you.
The interview ended. The cameras stopped. Maya sat in the chair, feeling everything at once. Relief, exhaustion, grief for Torres and all the others who didn't survive, pride for the women who did. Sarah was the first to reach her, then Jessica, then Maria and Lisa. 5 survivors holding each other, crying, laughing, finally breathing. Walsh approached. We need your statement, official, on record.
I'll give you everything. But first, I need to call my parents.
Her father answered on the first ring. Maya, baby girl, we saw everything. We watched you face down that monster on live television.
Dad, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything, for putting you in danger, for—
Stop. You have nothing to apologize for. You're a hero. You saved lives tonight. You changed the system. Your mother and I have never been more proud. His voice cracked. Captain Rachel Chen always said the real battle isn't the one you fight with weapons. It's the one you fight with truth. You won that battle tonight. Maya closed her eyes. Let the tears fall. Let the weight of the past week release.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too. Come home when you can. We'll be waiting. Over the next 48 hours, everything changed. Briggs was charged with 12 counts of sexual assault, 8 counts of conspiracy, 1 count of murder. He took a deal, testified against Hawthorne, named 15 other officers who'd helped cover up assaults over the years. Hawthorne was arrested, perp-walked in front of cameras, charged with conspiracy to commit murder, obstruction of justice, accessory to sexual assault. His bail was denied. His career destroyed. His legacy forever tied to the women he'd silenced. Senator Collins pushed through emergency legislation, the Military Justice Improvement Act, removing sexual assault cases from chain of command, creating independent investigation units, mandatory victim advocates, real consequences for false reporting and retaliation. The Coronado Five became national figures, appeared on every news show, testified before Congress, told their stories until the world couldn't look away. And Maya Chen, the woman who'd bitten through a guard's hand rather than submit, became Commander Chen, promoted by the Secretary of Defense himself, assigned to lead the new Military Sexual Assault Investigation Unit, given the authority to investigate anyone, regardless of rank. 6 months later, Maya stood in the same equipment room where it had all started. Morrison beside her. Sarah Park.
Jessica Ramirez, Maria Vega, Lisa Chen, Kate Brennan, Walsh. All of them together.
They're renaming this building, Morrison said. The Mia Torres Memorial Center for Military Justice.
She'd hate that, Sarah said. She never wanted her name on anything.
Too bad. She's getting it anyway. Maya touched the wall where she'd been pinned, where she'd fought back, where everything changed.
This room used to represent everything wrong with the system. Now it represents everything we fixed.
Not everything, Jessica said.
We've made progress. We haven't won. No, but we're winning.
Maya turned to face them.
53 women have come forward in the past 6 months. 53 survivors who were silent before. We've opened investigations into 37 officers. We've secured convictions against 12. The system is changing.
Because of you, Walsh said. Because you refused to be quiet.
Because of us. All of us.
Maya looked at each woman.
I couldn't have done this alone. None of us could. That's the lesson. That's what we teach every woman who comes after us. You're not alone. You'll never be alone again.
Morrison pulled out a box, opened it. Inside, a Navy Cross, the highest non-combat valor medal. This belonged to my daughter, Sarah. She earned it in Iraq, saved 12 lives under fire. She wanted to be buried with it, but... His voice broke. I think she'd want you to have it. Maya took the medal with shaking hands.
Chief, I can't.
Yes, you can. You earned it. Not with bullets, with truth. That's harder. That takes more courage. Morrison pinned it to her uniform. Wear it for Sarah, for Torres, for every woman who couldn't fight back. Maya touched the medal, felt the weight of all those women, all those stories, all that pain transformed into purpose.
I will. I promise.
They stood together in that room. 5 survivors, 2 journalists, 2 investigators, all of them warriors in a war that had been fought in shadows for too long. A war they'd dragged into the light and refused to lose. The system wasn't perfect. Predators still existed. Women still suffered. But now, finally, someone was fighting back. Now, finally, the voices couldn't be silenced. Now, finally, truth mattered more than rank. Maya Chen walked out of that room for the last time, left behind the place where she'd been attacked, carried forward the strength she'd found in refusing to surrender. She'd bitten through a guard's hand and broken free. She'd gone to war with an entire institution. She'd risked everything for justice. And she'd won. Not because she was special, not because she was fearless, but because